It's always a strong possibility.
It could happen.
Yeah, it very well could. We'll just have
We're
to wait and
live on
find out.
YouTube now, by the way. So
In
there you
case
go.
you care to break your computer screens.
Yeah, if you want your computer screen ruined,
You want
bring
your
us up
computer
on
to freeze
YouTube. Go on YouTube, search the Plankman Show,
and cry,
and
cry, cry,
you'll
cry.
find us.
Cry when you get that bill.
I
So
would.
yeah,
I was communicating with somebody on the Fachi book thing there, and trying to find out why I do not have their music. So
I have no idea. Why don't you have their music?
I don't know. I'm waiting for an answer.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would they do that? Be nice to know. I want to know. So yeah, so that's the stuff we might be discussing later and throughout the days.
Yeah. So Motley Crue is the featured artist this week, and it's a specific album, the Dr. Feelgood album, because
Like I said, I
that
don't feel well album.
that is one of my favorite albums of theirs. I'm not saying that any other album sucks or anything. I'm just saying it's one of my personal favorites.
Oh, it had all the good hits on it.
Yeah, it had a lot
Quite
of
a
good
few
songs.
hits on it.
And we're gonna play some and see if I can remember any of them because I'm like, let's see, Dr. Feelgood, what
That's
was
one of
on
those
that
albums
album?
you could listen all the way through. Some bands you can't do that to.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands you can't do that. Can't
So-
listen beginning to end, like put one song on and throw it away,
Feel Good is one of those that you can listen all the way through and repeat.
Yeah, just hit repeat.
That's right, repeat.
And I believe you have some music you want to play tonight.
Sure. Well, we got a whole bunch of orchestra, metalish, gothic styles of music mixed together in one. Maybe.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, but I think you'll like every song because it's right up your alley.
I don't have an alley. I have a backyard.
All right, it's right up your backyard, man. As long as it's not hanging out with the skunks, we'll be good.
Oh, don't get me started. Oh my god. You had to bring that up.
You know what? For Christmas, I'm going to get you.
Not a skunk.
Yes, I'm going to get you a
No.
stuffed skunk.
No.
Yeah.
No. I've had skunks in the yards for in the yard for I don't know how long. It seems like all summer. And what was it the other night? Like we thought we had them.
Yeah,
And
you thought you did.
no, I'm talking when you were here because we thought we had him cornered.
Oh, yeah.
And then I lost him on the security cameras. And it's kind of hard to go out at night in the dark looking for a skunk.
Who wants to do that?
So
Nobody wants to get sprayed.
yeah. So finally, I gave up, and I took the live trap and I set it right by my back door because I'm like, well, the damn skunk comes right by the back door like almost every night. I don't know if he thinks he's going to get fed or what's going on here, but
maybe he smells your garbage.
yeah, I think he's going into the garbage. That's what I think.
Maybe
So,
he's got a degree in garbology.
yeah. So I set the trap by the back door, and literally the next morning I get up and I look on my security cameras and I can see him jumping around in the cage, and I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah, but he had other plans.
Yeah. So
He had shown you.
he well, I needed to move him because he was literally right at my back door, and I'm like, well, I got to go to work.
That's a stinky situation.
Yeah. So you take a tarp and you put it over top of the cage, and he won't spray,
In theory.
No, he won't. I'm telling you, I did it. And so I put the tarp over the cage, and I walked him all the way back in the back of the property.
In the cage, not on a leash.
Not on a leash, no.
In the cage.
And so I put him back there, and I thought, well, he's in the cage. You can't get out, right? Where's he going to go? Like he's done for,
He started doing skunk things.
Well, I go out there this morning, and the tarp is still on the cage, so I can't see where the skunk is in the cage.
Nope.
So I take like a rock and I set it on top of the cage, thinking that, when it hears the
It
noise,
might make a noise.
it'll move.
Maybe.
It never moved. So then, like I said, another rock and another rock, and like nothing happened. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
So I pull the tarp up slowly, like trying to look,
And
I don't see anything.
you don't see anything.
And I'm like, man, that's a cool disappearing trick I did. Put the skunk in the backyard, give it a day, and it disappears.
Yeah, you David Copperfield the
Yeah,
skunk.
like poof, gone. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So I look at the cage, and on the bottom of the cage, he has chewed through some of the cage and like pushed it open so that he could burrow
That
his way
would have
under.
to hurt.
He didn't get cut. There's no signs of fur or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, he
So
gnawed
somehow-
through wire, metal
somehow
wire that's
he-
like 3/16 of an inch thick.
Yeah, somehow,
Galvanized wire.
yeah, somehow he bent it enough to where he could
He broke the weld. He ate the weld off.
I don't know if he ate the weld, but
he had to do something to break it, right?
well, it could have already been broke. I don't know.
Well, I guess there's that possibility. The last raccoon could have had.
Yeah,
too
the
much
last
fun.
raccoon could have done something, like so he just, like a prisoner in prison, he worked on that.
He Alcatrazed himself.
He got out of Alcatraz, and I'm like, well, shit. So I rewired the damn cage today.
Son of a bitch.
And if I catch him again, you're done for, dude. You got to go, man. it ain't working out, man.
You were skunkified.
I've been nice.
You have been. You've been very reasonable. The skunk should take this as a hint to leave town. To get out of town. To stop doing skunk things in your yard. And to start, renting elsewhere.
So hopefully we can get rid of the skunk.
Well, maybe
For-
he identifies
for
as
like
a
my-
man.
For like my third or fourth, I've lost track of how many times I've tried to get rid of.
Yeah, but you get rid of one, another one will come take its place.
Well, I'll get rid of that one.
And another one will take its place.
Then I'll get rid of that one.
And another.
No,
And another.
no,
and another.
there
and
ain't-
another. And another.
There can't be that many because when he was caged up, there was no skunks in the yard.
Yeah, but we saw two of them that one night.
Well, I'm telling you, when he was caged up, I watched these cameras at night and I saw no skunks. So I'm like, he's the criminal.
He may have well been.
He's the one terrorizing me. Unfortunately. But I get it. He's a skunk. He's trying to survive.
He's
There's
doing skunk things.
yeah, there's food like
It's
right
not
there.
like he's having a skunk party in your backyard.
Well, he
he's-
could be when there was
he's
two
going
of
to
them the other day.
He's going over to the mulberry bush, getting himself some fermented mulberries, and then he's passing out in your yard. That's all.
Yeah.
He's
No
doing skunk
parties in the
things.
yard that I wasn't
There's
invited
no
to.
skunk orgy going on anywhere.
You don't know that.
I don't want to know that.
We don't have any clue what could be on them cameras.
I'm not going to look at the footage either.
If that camera was over there, maybe I need to put a camera on that side of the garage.
Maybe not. We don't need to see that.
Find out what the skunk really is doing.
Maybe you just got a home underneath your garage.
No, I don't think
Free
so.
berries over there that are fermented. He's getting buzzed. He's having good times. Hey, at least he's not lifting his tail.
He hasn't yet.
So that's a saving grace.
He hasn't yet, but I'm a little worried that he's too comfortable around here. Because he just comes in the back door like, hey, what's up, man? And he just sits there and like stares at me. And then like I open the door and then he like backs up a little bit, but he doesn't run off.
Well, maybe he thinks Plankman's a good dude and's going to give him some handouts. He's
No.
been plankified.
No, there's no free food here. You got to work for your food.
He is. He's eating the berries so you don't run over him with the lawnmower.
That's the least of my worries. I wish I could get rid of that tree. I wish I could, but with it growing over the electrical wires, it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, it could just be a shocking experience.
Yeah, and I'm trying to trim it because it's all over the garage roof, and I can't even reach it anymore. It's too high. I need like a really big ladder.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the fun stuff that goes on here when there's no radio show. Well, it goes on when there is a radio show. You just don't see it, you know.
We do, but you know.
Yeah, I see it. The other night I ran out there to.
You could always just turn the camera around when the skunk's during the show, and you could YouTube the skunk as well.
Yeah. The most watched skunk in America.
Ranks right up there with the most watched YouTube podcast.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get some royalties from YouTube, you know? My cousin ain't the only one that can make money.
This skunk's for you.
Yeah. Skunk ain't for me. I don't want him. Tried to give him to a buddy of mine that's got all kinds of wild animals. And he's like,
there's a market for those. There's people that like them damn things and collect them and like
yeah, but the
pets.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to descent them when they're babies. You can't descent it when it's already.
Some people enjoy the smell. They collect them.
I'm not one that enjoys the smell. I can totally tell you right now, I do not enjoy the smell.
I don't either.
Because the smell is horrible.
It stinks.
Like, he goes on the other side of the garage there, and he gets over there by the neighbor's dog, and oh man, he gets mad and sprays, and that does it, man.
He's just letting the dog know, don't get too close.
Well, the dog can't get close. He's on this side of the fence. The dog's on that side. Dog can't come no closer. It's a little chihuahua. The skunk is bigger than the dog.
Hey, man, those ankle biters can take out an Achilles heel.
Oh, yeah. Don't I know it? As many times as I've been bit by dogs. Like, geez. But, yeah, so we have music that you're going to play.
Well, I'm going to suggest it, and you might hit the actual play button. It's not me that's actually playing it.
Oh, you want to play it? You want to play it, so we're going to play it. Hey, that's how it works.
In theory, that's how it works. He's just being kind, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I don't know about being kind, but I mean, you can play music here. I don't mind.
You know, this is a good month for releases, right? Though, I mean, there's all kinds of things that are released. In theory, the Gillian and the Villains come out with their album this month. Tara comes out with her new album this month.
Who?
The old singer from Nightwish and
Tarja. Yeah.
She's got an album coming out. Saints of Sin got an album coming out.
Saints of Sin?
Yeah.
Don't we know those guys?
We've talked to those guys before.
I think somebody's got a drum head.
Yeah, I don't know who that asshole is, but you know, I've heard that rumor too.
It's over there.
It's in the front of a drum.
I don't think we can get it on camera, but
yeah, I'm not picking up your drum just to show anybody.
Oh, come on. Don't be a wimp.
The song.
During
Do I
a
have to take the pedal off too to do that?
No, you got to pick up the whole thing.
Yay.
That's how you do it when you lug them around, right? Just pick up the whole thing because you don't want to set up everything again.
Yeah, in theory.
Like, if I had $1 for every time I had to do that for Razlog or whatever, like, dude, just pick up the whole thing. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, you know, when they invented the rack, everything used to be attached to the rack, and two people just pick up a whole kit and move it all off the stage, except for maybe a snare drum or something. But all the toms and you know, cymbals and stuff would all be on the rack.
Yeah, Razlog had one of those, and
they're not light.
Man, that thing was heavy. All right, so what do you want to do? You want to jam some tunes?
Sure,
or
why not play some music?
The hell you want to play?
I don't know. Do you want to do the symphonic stuff right off the bat?
The what?
Orchestral music.
Oh, is that what you're calling it?
I don't know. Symphonic metal, orchestra metal.
Whatever you want to play, man.
All right. Well, you know, this one just came out roughly, I think, in the near future.
Roughly in the near future?
In the intermediate past. What is that? Sabaton? Is that Sabaton?
Okay.
And
okay, we got that.
It's a good good album. I think you'll like that.
Which one you want to play?
I don't care. Just pick one.
Okay.
And then
Sounds easy enough.
I'll make it easy on you. And then you can go check out what Tarja.
Oh yeah, Tarja. Yeah.
She's in there.
I did not know she had a new one.
Well, this is she's got a new one coming out, I believe, this year. This is off, I believe, her latest CD, which came out, I think, last year.
Oh, okay.
I think. Don't count me on that because my memory's not what it used to be.
Okay, so we got Tarja.
And let's see, what else was there that how about we might as well do Floor as well, Floor Jansen. So Northward. This is
crap,
one
I
of her
went
latest
past it.
projects as well. And they're both pretty good, so I think you'll like that.
So we're going with the former singer of Nightwish and the current singer of Nightwish. Like, I bet they never thought they'd be back to back.
And some dudes that Flora Jansen sang on as well.
Really?
Yeah, Sabaton.
She sings on that
She
one.
did. I don't know if it's that exact song, but she sang on that album.
Well, dang it!
She could be in the backing vocals only, though. So
Yeah, let's find out. All right, so check this stuff out, and we will come back.
like
and
I said, the show is filled with stuff.
yeah, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff we got, and I got to get CJ on the phone about a song or something. I don't know. He's like, I can't believe you played that song. I didn't think anybody liked that band except me. And like what are you talking about,
dude? Man, he ain't the only god in the town with music.
Like, hey, I like tunes too.
You're not allowed.
So here you go. Here's 3 songs. Then we'll be back, and maybe we'll get CJ on the horn and figure out what the heck's going on with him. Seeing as how I think I got the phones.
Yeah, well, we still got some interviews to do, so we got to hopefully get the phones working.
Yeah, well, we may have to do one with a pretty big name artist. So I don't want to put that out there quite yet, but
potential.
I know some people that know him.
Ooh,
they're kind of in a band with him.
So Planky's got connections.
Planky's
people.
I've got top secret information that I can't share yet. So
I don't know. You shared something else with me not too long ago about some top secret
what
stuff.
Was it? Motley Crue?
No,
I didn't think that was top secret.
Somebody that likes bow and arrows. I think. Was it? I don't know. I can't remember.
No, this is top secret.
Secret agent man.
All right, we're gonna play music because Ted's singing. We'll be back. We're not going anywhere on the YouTube though, so if you
just might hear the mics get muted.
Yeah, because I can't allow copywritten music to be played on YouTube. So I may have to mute the mics until I come up with a solution to maybe play something else on YouTube.
Some elevator music.
Yeah, like okay. All right, that's my problem, not yours.
And you were blaming me about singing.
Yeah. We'll be back. If this plays. There it goes.
Desolate wasteland, infernal depiction of hell. The birth of a new way, September 15, 1916. The first wave approaches, after costly hits, through fire and brimstone, breaking away. Come your way. Stand
This is Scotty Anarchy from Crossing Rubicon, and you are listening to the Plankman on TapDetroit.com.
See, that's my pal Scott
What about Scott?
from Crossing Rubicon. That's Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Scotty.
Scotty's cool, man.
I know that you got some good music.
Yeah, they got some great music. I hear they may have something new coming out. So
Yeah, you'd never know. Nobody
I-
likes to send you shit anymore.
yeah, they do.
Oh, bullshit. When was the last time an artist sent you a song?
The other day.
And what band and what song?
I can show you the emails. I get like a million songs like every day. I get like all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Whether or not I listen, but there's all kinds of stuff in the email. Just check it. Like I got a ton of stuff in there.
Nice.
But yeah, that's Scotty, man. I hear Crossing Rubicon's got some new stuff coming. So
Well, hopefully they'll send some to you.
yeah, maybe we'll be bumping that here pretty
Because
soon.
they got a couple songs that really rock. I mean, the good stuff, period, but there's a couple of them that I really, really
Well, the whole
enjoy.
band rocks. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right, let's check something here.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I like the sounds of that. Whenever you say let's check something, something doesn't work. Something breaks. Something doesn't like me. Me? I love that sound here.
What's up, bitches?
Is this thing working?
It's working.
You can hear me all right?
Yep. I can hear you.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Just trying to make sure to so you're
Where in the fuck did you get Psychofunkopus?
dude, I've loved Psychofunkopus since I was like
He was probably
16 years
Yeah,
old.
He was going through puberty and heard the name and had to like it.
No, I used to literally call the riff,
Psychofunkopus.
and I used to say when they'd have their all request hour, call up, we'll play whatever you want. I'd call up and say, yeah, can you play Psychofunkopus Surfing on Jupiter? And they'd go, what? And I'd say, Psychofunkopus Surfing on Jupiter. And they'd go, what?
I want to hear Planky say that fast 3 times.
Psychofunkopus Surfing on Jupiter.
No, the name of the band 3 times really fast.
Psychofunkopus. I
3
already
times.
said it.
3 times in a
I already
row.
said it. Psychofunkopus, Psychofunkopus, Psychofunkopus. That's easy, man. Give me something hard to do, like
Like a Don No Deal commercial.
yeah, like a Don No Deal commercial. Yeah, that's hard.
So I actually found their CD in the 50-cent bin at Harmony House, and
What?
yeah, I had
50
no idea.
cents?
I had no idea who they were, but the name immediately was like, all right, this sounds like somebody I got to hear, Psychofunkopus. So I took it home and discovered it was actually their second record, Skin. And then I had to go out and buy their first one, which has the Surfing on Jupiter song on it. Because there's a song on the second one that's even better. It's called Hillbilly Happy Smash.
Really?
Yeah, and
Is
it's
that another
fucking
name for
hilarious.
moonshine?
But I have never in my life met another person who knew about Psychofunkopus.
Oh well, guess what?
That's why when I turned it on, I was like, where in the fuck did he get Psychofunkopus from? Like, that is just not a band you hear ever.
I've been all over them guys since the 80s, 90s, whatever.
Yeah, it would have been about 91, 92.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I love that band, man. Like,
Yeah, because they only did the 2 records and then they broke up. And
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they're around anymore, but there's a band I should be featuring tonight.
Well, there's
Yeah.
always next week.
Yeah, there's always next week.
yeah, apparently the guitar player plays with Mike Leslie now in Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
I thought Mike Leslie was in Candlebox.
He is not in Candlebox. One of the original guys come back and they gave him the boot. According to an interview I did yesterday that will be airing Sunday, he is now a member of Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
And what show will that be airing on and what time?
That will be on Auditory Riot. It will be an interview with Angela Coppola from the Lows, along with the band Wicked Garden out of Vegas. And we're going to go back to the 90s. It is going to be an all grunge 90s era-ish type of show. So
I got to wear plaid and stare at my shoes and.
we're going to pull
Not
all the
shower
good
for
shit
a
out.
week.
We're going to pull out some Mad Season, some Tad,
Oh,
Bad season.
Silverchair, Seether, Candlebox, Green Apple Quick Step,
Oh, see there, that's another one.
that's a good one.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack. We're going to play some Boss Tone, some Everclear, some Blind
Everclear.
Melon, probably some replacements in Soul Asylum.
Ooh, Soul Asylum. That's one you don't hear a lot of anymore.
I got all kinds of good shit on good shit in here, dude. Some Sponge.
Sponge, they're a band, right?
Yeah, they're related
Yeah.
to napkins.
But anyways, I just had to yell
Oh
a
my
minute
God,
with
man.
that because I was just completely blown away by like of everything that could have been playing when I turned it on. I was like, I had to turn it off and turn it back on because I thought my music was playing by accident. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing Psychofunkopus? It's like, I was like, I know Planky's not playing that. And I turned it off, turned it back on, and I was like, what the fuck is playing it?
Yeah, I've got the CD around here somewhere. Good luck.
I'll have to send you the second one then, because the second one's even better than the first one.
Yeah, good luck finding it around here, but it's here somewhere.
Well, I got both of them, so that's one of those bands that I like to play just to fuck with people because 99.9% of people have never heard that band.
Never.
And you get that exact reaction you got. Like, who? What?
Yeah, well, it's funny. Every time I mention the name, they're like, dude, what's the real name of the band?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is the name. No, you're just making that up to fuck with me. Like, no, that's the
But
name.
they're fucking amazing, though.
They're great.
Like they were really kind of ahead of their time, actually. Even
Yeah,
like
they
before
were.
the Chili Peppers got famous, and
Yeah.
a lot of other bands, they had that big kind of funky, rock sound, and they were really, really good. So, kudos to you for playing that because that's fucking impressive, dude. Like
Look, I impressed him, Ted.
That's hard to
highly
do.
impressed by that. That's the type of deep cut that I like to fucking hear right there.
Yeah.
So,
I pulled that one out of my rectum.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So the band we're doing is because me and you were talking about this the other night about Motley Crue, and I said, you know what, I want to do that because that was like one of my favorite albums of theirs, and
You should be playing the goddamn Karabi one, man, not Dr. Smellgood.
Dr. Feelgood was like my favorite album of theirs. Not saying that I actually do like the Karabi one. I'm not even going to lie about that. But
the best one by a mile.
Yeah, that was my favorite one was Dr. Feelgood. So, we were talking about that the other night and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Like, what the hell?
I was in basic training at Fort Dix when that came out. And at the end of basic training, I had to sneak down to the PX to get a copy of it. And I snuck it back into the barracks and got caught with it. And the drill sergeant flipped his shit and went to screaming like, "Private Plane, why are you walking around with a copy of Motley Crue in your pocket?" And I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot it was still in there.
At least it wasn't a jelly donut.
Do what?
At least it wasn't a jelly donut.
That would have been good.
No, I stuck it back and I left it in my goddamn pants pocket, forgot it was there, and went out for PT the next day with it in there, and the goddamn thing fell out of my pocket while I was doing setups, and I was like, fuck. As soon as he seen the goddamn cassette hit the ground, he was all like, all over that, and want to know why I had a cassette in my pocket, and why I had contraband.
Contraband.
But
Not
it was
the band Contraband.
Or the
no, that
movie.
came out a little
Yeah,
before.
that was a little later, right?
That was a little before. I think that was 87.
Contraband?
Yeah, I think that was on 87 that come out. Maybe it was after that. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah, because I remember I was supposed to see him and I was a lot younger. So
Yeah. But anyways, I'll let you guys get back to what you're doing. I just, like I said, I had to yell at you about the Psychofunkabus thing.
no, that's
it just
all right.
blew my mind.
Yeah, it's all
So-
right. I just wanted to make sure the phones were working and all of that because,
Yo.
got to get some of these interviews on,
All right, I'll call you tomorrow, bro, because I got to talk to you about this other interview. I got an idea for it.
All
So-
right.
I'll yell at you. Ted, stay out of trouble.
Always. Never.
Yeah. All right, later.
See ya.
Later.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Psyche Funkabus.
Yeah, Ted, stay out of trouble. Yeah, because Ted gets in trouble a lot.
I do.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm constantly being suspended here.
You haven't been suspended in a long time.
I know. I feel left out. I feel strange being
I-
here without being suspended.
I'm impressed that you haven't been suspended. So
I know.
I'm like, wow, no suspension for Ted lately. So
Yeah, it's been a good run.
he's had a pretty good run of no suspensions.
I
So.
know.
Yeah, that's kind of funny because a lot of people don't know about Psychofunkabus. So yeah, maybe next week that'll be the featured
I think it
artist.
should be.
Yeah,
I think
that'll
it
be
should
a lot of fun because I love that band.
I think it's funny that the music god was like, "Where the hell's that coming from?
I-
That can't be Plank,
yeah,
man."
yeah, I tricked him. Yeah, because I do have their album here somewhere.
I'm not doing anything funny or funky. Where's this
Yeah.
music coming from?
No, that was me, man. That's good music.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's good music. That's what happens when you listen to tapdetroit.com. You hear good music,
That's what it's all about.
you know.
Songs you don't hear every day.
No, that's the thing. I could be like regular radio and I could sit there and play the same 5 songs over and over,
We don't do that.
but
Planky doesn't do that. CJ doesn't do that.
I'd rather play some stuff that you're like, holy shit, I haven't heard that in 15 years, like I've never heard anybody play that. I used to love calling up the riff and what was the other one? Z-Rock. Remember Z-Rock?
Oh yeah, I remember that in the
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, I used to call them up and I'd be like, they'd be like, I'll request lunch hour. And I'd be like, yeah, I want to hear Psychofunkabus Surfing on Jupiter. And they'd be like, what? Actually, Z-Rock was the one that did play it.
They probably had a real music director.
Yeah, Z-Rock played it. It was Riff that didn't. So I used to like screwing with Riff. Be like, come on, you said it's all request. I made a request. I ain't never heard of that, man. And you call yourself a DJ.
That's right. You don't love music.
God, some of these people they put on the air, they don't even know music.
Psyche Funkabus.
Like, never even heard of the music. Like, come on, dude. You're supposed to be in radio. You're supposed to know shit.
Yeah, they should have had 5 billion different copies of it sent to them.
Yeah. No, never heard of it. Like, you're a freaking moron.
They opened for some pretty big names too. I mean, people like Pearl Jam and so forth. So it's not like they were a small time group. The Deftones opened for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty huge for the one album, and then they put out a second album, and then
They went on tour after the second album,
Yeah.
I think.
I never heard from them again. So,
Well,
Little-
maybe the band life got to them on that tour. They hated each other afterwards. But they did
Yeah.
do a reunion in like 2010 or
Did
something
they?
like that. Yeah, for raising funds for something out
Damn it!
cancer thing out in California.
damn it, I should have been there.
Yeah, but you'd have to take a plane
I could have drove.
or taken a 4-day train trip.
I could have took a train.
Yes, you could have.
I could have got there.
Yeah.
Next time, Psychofunkabus, let me in on the party, man. I want to be there. Maybe they'll do another reunion.
Maybe.
God, now I want to play a bunch of Psychofunkapus, but I know I don't have it.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah, we'll do it
week
next week. That'll give me time to get all the
to
stuff.
find it.
Yeah, that'll give me time to find it, and that'll give me time to get the second album from CJ. Oh, so
Hey, music guy, can you sort of push that over here?
can you send that way, please? Thank you. God, I'm ridiculous. He gets music before I do, and I'm like, I freaking know that band. They didn't send it to me.
You're suspended.
Like, the music god gets music before I do.
Well, that's why he's called the music god.
I
You're just called
guess.
the plank man.
I'm just
He's God, and you're lying sideways on something doing planking activities.
I'm just like here,
Here.
but I'll get it.
That's right.
Don't
you'll
you
get it.
worry, I'll get it. I got my connections, man. I'm gonna play something from a local band that you might have heard of, but you might not have.
That's an interesting statement.
Yeah,
Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't.
maybe you have, maybe you haven't.
For sure.
You might like them, you might not.
You'll like it.
I like them. Oh, let's play these guys too. They're local. We're gonna go all local. God, I can't remember the song I liked by these guys.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There's
well,
4 dozen to choose from in the
yeah.
row.
We'll go with that one. All right, and we need one more local band. Want to think of a local band that we haven't played in a long time? Oh, there we go.
Big Heads Preacher.
No, it doesn't fit what I'm doing here.
You're actually planning something that flows together?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is some cool peoples. So we got Paper Street Saints, Spiral Crush, and Shotgun Soul.
Ooh.
Some bands. Well, I don't think Paper Street Saints is around anymore, and I don't think Shotgun Soul's around anymore. But
Yeah,
I
but
know
their music
Spiral
still
Crush
lives on.
is. Yeah, the music, we still have the music. We can still listen to the music, folks.
That's right. Never forget.
So just because a band breaks up doesn't mean we lose the music. The music's still there.
That's
Remember that.
That's right.
Think about that when you're listening to the same 7 songs on your radio station.
That's right.
Remember that.
You can't set your clock to the Plankman Show.
No. Trust me, I can't even set the clock to it, and I'm the one doing the show. So we'll do that. We'll come back and we'll get into this whole Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood album and see which songs I remember, because
You should remember them all.
I think I can remember quite a few. So
This is a big album.
it was a good album.
It's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of good songs on that one. So Paper Street Saints, Spiral Crush, and Shotgun Soul, and then we'll jump into a band you forgot you loved, or maybe you didn't forget you loved them, because a lot of people still love Motley Crue, even though they've been done for
A couple of years now.
a couple of years now. Yeah, I was gonna say they played their final show a couple of years ago, didn't they?
I know. Is that their final show over at the Pine Knob?
Really?
Yeah.
You were there?
I was there. I got to watch Tommy Lee's drum set go up and back down. The little thing they did at the end with the acoustic stuff, and
Really?
yeah, I
Oh,
was at that show.
oh
Marlon and I
well,
were there.
we'll get into that when we start talking the Motley Crue thing. So
I mean, they had a shaft back there propping up what's his name, so he didn't fall over while playing the guitar. It was pretty good.
all right. No, I was reading a message here and I got distracted. So, all right, let's play this music and then we'll come back and we'll have Ted give us the whole rundown of Motley Crue's
If I remember it.
last show, and we'll be back on the Plankman Show on tapdetroit.com. Tune in and the YouTube right there.
And at
right?
some point in time on Podbean
Yeah, it could happen.
next year.
It happens sometimes. Give me a week or two.
I need contact, I want freedom. I need something that can give me any closer to you. I want a feeling, I need a reason. I need a fix, just a little more to get me to. I can't stop, not enough. I think I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. I think I know what it is, but I don't know how to find it. I got the cancer, she got the fever. I need a remedy or anything that you wanna give. I got patience, I'm a believer. I got the melody, I feel it for as long as I live. Can't stop, not enough. I think I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. I think I know what it is, but I don't know how to find it. I think I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. I think I know where it is, but I don't know how to find it. I think I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it. I think I know where it is, but I don't know how to find it. I was lying awake, I was thinking of you. I tried to love you, but you left the bruise. It never heals, turns deeper blue. And now I feel that I'm lost in the world. I walk alone 'cause I lost my girl. It's just me and a bottle of booze. And don't you know I got nothing to lose? I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Yeah, I got nothing. Drank the last 10 years away. With no excuses, I got nothing to say. I choked on failure, it's a bitter taste. I'm out of pride and I'm losing my faith. Sometimes I find myself in this dark place. There's not a smile on anyone's face. It's just me and a bottle of booze. Don't you know I got nothing to lose? I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Yeah, I got nothing. I think they're wrong and they can all go to hell. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. I want to kill my dreams, but my dreams will never die. It's just me and a bottle of booze. And don't you know I got nothing to lose? I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. And nothing to lose. And nothing to lose. And nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Yeah, you know I got nothing. I got nothing to lose. Don't you know I got nothing? I got nothing to lose. I wanna take you on the streets dancing. It goes way back to the schoolyard when we first tried our hands at romancing. Oh, honey, when you touch me, you match the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Oh, I can't describe it. You can see how much I want you from the palette of my feet. I wanna boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Oh, darling, I ain't medicine. That rhythm is my face, so we gotta use it for the losing. I'm gonna keep on dancing till I get too old. Oh, sugar, I can't control this. 'Cause every step we take is magic. Let me see you shake it like you money make it. Music grabs a hold, leaves you warm and steady cold. I wanna boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. I wanna boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more. Boom, boom, till my shoes come off. Boom, boom, baby, then we do it some more.
What happened?
I have no idea what happened. We ran out of time.
That was freaking awesome, though.
Yeah, it was. It was great stuff right there. 3 local bands from the area. Right
Yeah,
there for
Shotgun
you.
Soul, Spiral Crush, and Paper Street Saints. I don't think Paper Street Saints is around anymore, but I was friends with their drummer and the singer too. I can't remember the drummer's name now. It's driving me nuts. But he was a cool dude. They shot a video, like a DVD, and I got a copy of the DVD because a buddy of mine that I worked with, the drummer was his drum teacher, you know, like the guy teaching him how to play drums. So it was kind of cool. So I got to, and oh, that's
Yeah.
why I played it. Because when CJ mentioned Sponge, the drummer of Paper Street Saints was the original drummer of Sponge. That's why I did that.
Wow.
That was the tie-in. Yeah.
Good tie-in.
He was the original drummer of Sponge. He was the drummer on the first album, and then, you know, I think we all know what happened. Do we all know what happened?
What happened?
They fired the man.
Bastards.
The singer fired fired the band, and you know, so the drummer, the original drummer of Sponge, started the band Paper Street Saints, and they were freaking awesome. I love those guys. Wish they were still around. Let's get into this Motley Crue.
Yeah, let's get into some Crew. Motley Crue. Now, are you focusing on just the Dr. Feelgood?
Yeah, just Dr. Feelgood, because that's really the one that hit home with me, anyways. I mean, I know all the albums. Trust me.
Oh, I'm well aware you do.
Yeah. I mean, Too Fast for Love, all that, you know, I know the albums. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying this was my favorite.
I think it was probably mine too for some strange reason.
And I know a lot of people don't want to acknowledge, you know, the Karabi album, and I thought that was a really good album. I really did. John Karabi is a really good singer. If you've never heard John Karabi sing, you need to look up some of his work, man, because that guy can sing. Like, I hate to say it, but he was almost a step up, you know?
Yeah, could be for sure.
I mean, I know everybody loves Vince Neil, you know, but John Karabi can sing, man.
You know what? One thing that I will have to say is for their farewell tour, at least the Detroit show. You know, a lot of people were always ripping on Vince because, you know, he'd forget the lyrics, so he'd just stick the microphone up in the air and let everyone else sing.
Yeah.
He actually sang 99% of the songs.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh,
I mean,
there you
like
go.
audible singing of the songs.
Oh, there you go. He wasn't like mumbling.
Not mumbling. And he wasn't, you know, every other word, you know, holding the microphone out to the crowd so the crowd was singing it for the band. I mean, it was a good show. I mean, I don't remember who else was there, but I remember being up on the top of the DTE where they had the little bar place. That's where I was for the entire show. And of course, we had downed a few 6-packs before we went in of, you know, various alcoholic beverages. So maybe I'm just not remembering the show correctly. But I mean, you know, it was a good show. I mean, you know, and Tommy didn't get stuck on the drums. You know,
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, thank
The
God.
drum set went up and down, and then, you know, they had like the I think it was the last couple of songs, you know, when they come back out, they dimmed all the lights. The band got on like this little platform that moved up or something like that. It was pretty cool shit.
Did Tommy play the piano?
No, I think he was in that little drum cage riser the 90% of the time. He may have. I can't remember.
So he didn't play the piano for.
That was a while ago. I don't remember the night clearly. I just remember it was a really good concert. You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Isn't it Home Sweet Home where he plays the piano?
It could be. I know it was. Is that one of their more acoustic songs, right? I mean, they had the lighters. Everyone's lighters were out. They did a couple songs, I think, on that little platform that got elevated and stuff. It was a cool experience.
All right, so let's see. What I don't want to play all the songs everybody knows because you can hear those anywhere, anytime on any radio station in America and probably a lot of other countries.
Yes.
I want to play some shit you probably never heard.
Well, if you were like us and had the album and listened to it all the way through, you know it.
Yeah, but there's some stuff here that I don't think just anybody's gonna have here. So
Oh, that song that you're about to play, everyone knows.
yeah, but it's the demo version.
Oh, geez, oh, Pete, how much difference can it be?
Well, let's find
Just
out.
maybe sound quality wise.
Let's find out.
All right, push your buttons, baby.
Cross limousine, living on these streets. I've got reason to believe you've got strength in me. Working like a dog in a dirty bag, getting paid with sweet treats. I'm helping your penny man, livestock in the deep. I'm the one that goes that feel good. I'm the one that makes you feel alright. I'm the one that goes that feel good. I wanna be your Frankenstein. Like I just ain't work for me, doing things you wouldn't believe. Red light, green lights, all the same. Bring it down to the name. Respect, reject, who cares? I'm just an affair. Change, pink, cupcakes, all the same. Get a nose in the air. I'm the one that goes that feel good. I'm the one that makes you feel alright. I'm the one that goes that feel good. I wanna be your Frankenstein. I got one thing you understand. Feel good. Not what you call a glamour man. Feel good. Got one thing easily understood. Feel good. I'm the one they call Dr. Feel Good. Champagne, cocaine, it's all the same. Keep my nose in the air. Feedback, reject, who cares? I'm Mr. Southfair. Hot rock, cold rock, limousine, living on his street. Working like dog in dirty pain, getting paid with sleep treats. I'm the one that goes to feel good. I'm the one that makes you feel alright. I'm the one that goes to feel good. And I feel monstrous. Let me through this soul, just take my hand. Feel good. Some people call me a new man. Feel good. Let me introduce myself real good. Feel good. I'm the only one they call Feel Good. I'm gonna make it feel real good. Well, I'm the one they call Dr. Feel Good. So young, never get caught and arrest me. Schoolgirl, starting up to wear my hoochie coochie. Lick lips, kid with a whip, so dress me, dress me. Hey, pretty, pretty with the sweet, sweet eyes. Pour me up another sloppy bite. Whiplash, I never looked at you in high school. Hot child, always walk behind for the review. Goodbye, baby, full of views. When you walk this way, my teeth, so dirty ballerina, so trashy. Pretty, pretty with the sweet, sweet eyes. Pour me up another sloppy bite. Hey, pretty, pretty, go across the room. Got some singing sweet for you. Pour me up another slice of you. Slice of you. From across the room, got something singing sweet for you. Hey, pretty, pretty with a sweet, sweet eye. Guaranteed to satisfy. Just one week before I die. Order me up another slice of you. She keeps her engine high, the motor clean. When she moves across the floor, the way she shakes her hips and lifts her lips. Come on now, why don't you shake that thing to the rattlesnake shake, 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 rattlesnake shake, make my body ache. Rattlesnake shake, 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 rattlesnake shake, it's all I take it. Sassy class, bring it to your knees, she's her ass. She's a good job, just a little jobby wild. Slides through the night with backward spine. No, 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 come on now, let's shake that thing. Do the rattlesnake shake, 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 rattlesnake shake, make my body ache. Rattlesnake shake, 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 rattlesnake shake, it's all I take it. Come on, baby. Sex emotion, just take my time. Wishing for the legs over down my spine. Got the rattle, snake wants to spit. Got 9, 7, 6, and let my hand do the rest. Rattlesnake shake, 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 shake. Rattlesnake shake, make my body ache. Rattlesnake shake, 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 shake. Rattlesnake shake, it's all I can take. Rattlesnake shake, doing the rattlesnake shake. Shake it, baby. Rattlesnake shake. Rattlesnake shake. Which calls me and my voice starts to shake. She's come out of the right away. Well, good God, there's a fire in my pants. Can't like this time to laugh at evil. So sticky, so sticky, so sticky. So sticky, so sticky, so sticky, sweet. Sticky, sweet. Sticky, sweet. Don't put your slaps me on the ass. It takes about 10 seconds to satisfy this soul. Wasting bars of sweat should be a crime. Scream at a time you walk by. So sticky, so sticky, so sticky. So sticky, so sticky, so sticky, sweet. Sticky, wishing time. Sticky sweet all the time. Sticky sweet, sexy, sexy child. So sticky, so sticky, so sticky. She's so sticky, so sticky, so sticky sweet. Sticky sweet, she wants the wishing time. She's sticky, sticky sweet all the time. Sticky sweet, yeah.
All right, there we are.
You know, the funny thing about what we were talking, the final tour, I feel like I got scammed because it was booked as the final tour. And when
Yeah,
you do a
and
final
you
tour-
went to the final tour.
Yeah, August. I did the August 9th, 2014 show. So that's almost 5 years
That's
ago.
almost exactly 5 years ago to today.
And then they came back through, and
No, wait, you saw the final tour.
I did, but they came back 2 other times.
So what did you see?
It was the first leg of the final tour. Then they came back and did Joe Louis, and then they came back and did the Palace on their final tour. So I didn't get to see the final Metro
Yeah,
Detroit show.
Yeah, so
But I saw the final concert
so
tour.
did you get gypped?
I feel I did.
Because
I actually feel
you went there
thinking this was the
thinking
final,
this is the last time you'll see Motley Crue
and that was
in
the-
Michigan.
That was the basis on why I went. Martin's like, "Hey, it might be the last time Motley Crue will ever." This is because that's what they realized.
And
the
then they
last
came
time
back
you will
to-
see Motley Crue.
And then they came back 2 other times.
So we went up to that. We went up to that place they called DTE Music Theater,
No, it's Pine
which
Knob.
everyone else knows as Pine Knob.
It's fucking Pine Knob.
And then they came back through and did Joe Louis Arena, and then they followed up with the Palace of the Auburn Hills.
Well, they had to go back to all their old stomping grounds, right?
I know, but don't bill it as the final shows.
Well, it was.
You will never
it-
see them again. This
no,
is their last
wait
tour.
a minute. Wait a minute. Technically, it was their final show at Pine Knob. It was, right?
There you go.
There you go.
You do have,
They did not lie.
you do have a valid point. Thank you for pointing that out.
They
and
did
it's
not
in
lie.
Clarkston, not Detroit.
Yeah, it's in Clarkston, not Detroit,
And then they did Joe Louis Arena.
which is
in
in Detroit,
Detroit.
not Clarkston.
And then they did the Palace of Auburn Hills, which
Which
is
is in Auburn Hills, not
so
in Detroit.
technically speaking, fuck
The
you.
last show in Detroit was at Joe Louis Arena.
So I saw the last show in Clarkston, so I stand corrected.
Yeah. So there you go. You saw the last time Motley Crue played at Pine Knob.
I mean, and it was one of those bands that I always wanted to see, and
I did too.
through my-
I'm bummed I never saw them.
through my childhood, and all that. I never got a chance in my younger teen and adult life to see them. So it was cool to see them. And the fact that, Vince was able to actually sing the songs, was a great thing. I
He
mean,
had a voice.
he had a voice. He lost a little bit of the weight, and he was jumping around. He had energy on stage and he's belted out the tunes. So, I mean, it was well worth whatever it was that I had to pay Marlon. I don't remember.
The band was on that night.
Yeah, there was not a CD in the background. It wasn't karaoke.
No,
night.
no. I mean, they were like tight. You know,
They were. I mean, it was almost like listening to the CD live.
but there was not a CD
But
playing.
it was no. But it was
It
them
was
playing.
them.
They were tight. They sounded good. The sound sounded great. I mean,
I'm just trying to clear things up in case somebody misinterprets what you're saying.
yeah, I know it's hard to believe Vince Neil can sing, but but I mean, you know, it was cool. It was good. It was well worth it, and that will be one of the concerts that I will vaguely remember for the rest of my life.
Vaguely remember. That'll be one of the concerts I'll have to go to Wikipedia to remember.
Well, you know, it's when you're sitting up at the bar at the top of the hill and you're looking down. I mean, we tried to sneak into some like very important people seats too, and we got kicked out right away because there was like there at the bar areas. There's like a couple rows of
what you did was you mistakenly went down there because you thought your seats were down there.
No, they got a second
And-
area, right? I mean, they have like the amphitheater, the hill, and then there's like just where the deck is in the bar. There's a couple like other like private seating sections that can hold like 10, 15 people.
And you mistakenly thought those were your seats.
And there was
so you went there.
There's just a guy and his kid, and Merlin sort of snuck in there, and the guy didn't say anything, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere an usher came and was just like, "Get out." So we had to get out.
Because you mistakenly thought those were your seats.
Yeah, well, you know, we were at the bar. I thought it was just bar seating.
Yeah. So what it was you guys had a little too much to drink
Before it even started.
Yeah, you mistakenly thought those were your seats, and then you were escorted.
I mean, we were standing, not bothering anybody, but we kept getting looks from the guy and his son, who was sort of like pushing them farther away from us. And then
You guys do look like
the
criminals.
guy came up and said, "Get out." So
Yeah.
we got out and went back to our bar seat.
Yeah, you guys are two shady looking characters. So
I mean, but it was a good show. The weather was good. It was a nice clear night. Everything sounded good. You know, it was a good time.
who opened for him?
It was supposedly Alice Cooper, but I don't remember because we were out we were out in the parking lot doing what you do in the parking lot before a concert.
Tailgate.
Exactly, and
Tailgating.
And so we may not have seen all of there's some it may have been not fully remembering the first part because we were not actually in the theater during that time. we heard music in the background and we did our thing, and then it's like, oh shit, the Motley Crue's probably going on, and it's quiet, so we went to the next section in between and stuff. But I believe it was Alice Cooper, but don't hold me to that.
So Alice Cooper opened up for Motley Crue.
I'm part of the first leg, and then there's some other bands that started with an R or something like that took over for a little bit as well. I mean, it was
Radiohead.
No, Rascals or something like that. Or,
Rascal Flatts.
No, it wasn't no country band.
Yes, it was. It was Rascal Flatts.
Was it them that opened for Motley Crue?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm telling you.
Maybe it was the
Vince is tight with the Rascal Flatts dudes. He is. Because Vince lives in Nashville now, doesn't he?
I have no idea. I don't recall.
One of them lives in Nashville. I can't. It's got to be Vince.
Alice Cooper was announced as the opening act for the tour. The first leg of the tour began in July in Grand Rapids. We know that, and concluded in Spokane. And then they had some other things after that. Let's see here. I can't remember. Alice Cooper was the opening act, and then later they added a New York-based band called Raskins as the second opening act for the first leg of the tour. So, It was one of those two that I saw.
One of those two.
That's right.
You're not sure which one.
Like I said, I wasn't there for the opening band. Unfortunately, I was there for Motley Crue.
Didn't care about none of the other bands.
No, not really.
Oh,
I think it actually was because I think I remember now that one of my two of my favorite songs I think got played, $1 Billion Babies and Feed My Frankenstein.
Well, everybody loves those songs. I mean, who doesn't love those songs?
My memory's a little faded from 5 years ago on what happened that night. Oh,
It was only 5 years ago. Come on.
yeah, but it's a party. It's Motley Crue.
Don't get so intoxicated 5 minutes after you get there.
Well, you got to get it in before you got to pay the $30 beer fees.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got to do a little tailgating ahead of time so that
Yeah, that is
when
true.
you can get a couple of the $12.50 to $24 beers, and be set for the night. So it's just one of the. I mean, there was people playing.
What was the
hill
name of that
behind-
band?
Raskins.
Raskins?
Yeah,
I'm curious now.
they're out of New York.
How do you spell it? Raskins?
Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. You're making me do work tonight. You know that. It's going to cost you extra. Raskins.
The Raskins?
Yes, that would be them.
Okay. They had an album in 2014.
Yeah. Are you going to play us a song off of that?
I think I should, just out of curiosity.
Just to see if it was really them or not?
No, just to see if they're any good. I don't know. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there for the first part either. I was only there for the Motley Crue portion.
It says this song is the most popular one.
Oh, great.
Let's turn that down, turn that up. And yeah, here's some bonus material from the Raskins. This is called...
Have they done anything else besides this, or was this their only CD?
I don't know. It just says 2014.
Well, you going to play it or what?
I was giving you the name of the song. We Had It All is the name of the song.
We try to hide that pain inside. Sharing a night with you, escape the past and take what's mine. We had it all, feel it all, lost in time. I finally lose my mind, take control to feel alive. Just seem to wasting time. Chase down the dream, my hopes are ending. I've never seen that place before. This fairy tale has left me turning. Can't crucify me once more. We had it all, feel it all, lost in time. I finally lose my mind, take control, feel alive. Just seem to let it all, struck me down, cross the line. Can't wipe the tears I cried, same old song, the years I've tried. Don't hold me back, I know nothing's left. What can I say? I can't hide all my fears, the price we pay. How we can't help but live this same old life. See, I know change must come to ease our minds. Guitar! We had it all, feel it all, lost in time. So don't hold me back anymore. Don't hold me back anymore.
Wow, that didn't suck.
And that was the Raskins with a song called We Had It All. Right here on tapdetroit.com.
Did we have it all though? I mean,
I don't know if they had it all.
tell me about the Raskins, Ted.
Do we really want to talk about it?
Yes, why the fuck not? What?
According to the New York Post,
What,
they
Motley
sued Motley
Crue's gonna
Crue
sue
for $30
me?
million. Over the two bands joined the tour. The twins Logan and Roger claimed they paid $1 million to open for Motley Crue in 2014 and had a contract negotiated with Artist Group International, but it wasn't honored. Among their gripes, according to the Post, the Raskins claimed they are forced to play short sets in mostly empty venues after managers often refused to open the doors for the show. The public address system was turned off or interfered with during the shows. They weren't allowed to sell merchandise. They weren't given dressing rooms, and they were hit heavily in the equipment department, and claimed that they had one stop in the tour where crew members working for the headliners ran out on stage with monkey masks and sprayed the Raskins with water guns filled with urine. So that's probably why they didn't get a second album out.
Because they're still suing.
Well, if you're an opening act and you don't treat your headliner well, I'm sure that doesn't go very far in the music industry.
Yeah, but can I point out kind of the obvious thing?
You're touring with Motley Crue.
Well, not
Shenanigans are going to happen.
Yeah, not just that, but
Nobody sees the opening band they've never heard of.
yeah, but I'm getting to the point here.
Step on it.
Would anybody have heard of them had Motley Crue not taken them out with them?
Probably not.
We wouldn't be talking about them right now.
That's correct. Because
And
I never even heard that
one
song.
of their tunes. We just played one of their tunes.
And that was supposed to be one of their most popular tunes too.
Yeah, we just played one of their tunes. So
Play just a snippet of On the Radio. Let's see if we know that one, because that's their other one that's supposed to be super popular. Just to see if we've ever heard of it.
Gotta flip stuff around here.
Just play. I mean, you don't have to play the whole song.
Why, you don't think the Raskins are going to sue me, do you?
I don't know. They're trying to get $30 million from Motley Crue.
I mean, I'm trying to play your music here. I'm trying to help you guys out.
Yeah,
Maybe
they'd
sell
still
an
be
album.
considered an independent artist.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out. I mean,
See what the rest of it sounds like.
and by the way, I don't hate the music.
And
I
knowing
really
us, we
don't.
probably have the one Raskins fan that's probably now just swearing, those fucking assholes.
I'm just saying, I don't hate the music. I really
No,
do like
it's
it.
it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
But
It's sort of alternative.
I'm sorry. I just had to. I couldn't resist.
Will you shut up and play the song?
You're not supposed to talk over a song, Ted.
Yeah, leave my-
Playing downtown with the mental that I face. Another ordeal and another damn heartbreak. Feeling knocked out.
Okay, I can't do it.
No. Anyways,
The first song I really liked. That one I there's something with his voice
it
that
sounds
is-
whiny.
Yeah, yes. The first song I liked. We Had It All. I like that song, but he just sounds too whiny there. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't do it. And I am the owner and the music director and what's the other thing? I don't know. Whatever. I just showed up. But hey, we played your music. And I do like your first song. I wouldn't be opposed to playing it again. But good luck.
Playing it again here.
No, I mean, good luck with the lawsuit. Like,
I don't know. It was 5 years ago. I don't know if they're still
yeah, I
if
was
they
gonna-
won or if there was a litigation that ended up happening or what.
yeah, I don't
but-
know. That's
Or who knows? Maybe they're still in the process. Who knows? The article was written in 2016, so
that's 3 years ago.
yeah. So who knows?
Could still be in court. I don't
Could
know.
very well be.
I don't know how long the judicial process takes.
Well, it depends. I mean, they got
I'm not a
all
lawyer.
kinds of people.
I don't pretend to be a lawyer, so. But I didn't think they were that horrible. I
You know,
mean,
they must have like a sue happy spin because they also tried to sue LA Guns
why would they sue LA Guns?
because a song called "Baby Got Fever" has almost the same kind of music to it as an LA Guns song. Oh, hold on. Let me. This is it. This happened actually 2 years ago. The Raskins claim LA Guns' new song "Baby Got Fever" has the same music as one of their songs from 2014.
Which is what song?
The Missing Piece. Hold on. That was hold on. Let me word this.
Because I want
Give me the Raskins song. Don't tell me about the LA Guns part of it. I want to see what the Raskins version is. Oh, those bastards. Scream Out Loud.
Okay,
so
ladies
Scream
and,
Out
ladies
Loud,
and gentlemen,
and,
this
and then
is-
you got to compare it to the other song.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Baby Got Fever.
Here we go. Scream Out Loud by the Raskins.
Can't try to walk away, my heart's been in your hands. Missed every moment passing by. Don't try to look away, the future holds a plan. With every moment I will find. No, watching time roll by. I just can't hide. How we feeling love tonight, and you know how I feel when I hold you tight. Scream out loud inside, I feel like love tonight, and you know how I feel when it goes so right. Dreaming how I can't stop thinking about you. You know I'm thinking about you. Wow. I found out the truth I lay on stories left undone. Still trying to hold what's left inside. I'm trying to reach that way. I'm here to make my stand. You're the only day I try. No, watching time roll by. You know I just can't hide. How we feeling like tonight, and you know how I feel when I hold you tight. Scream out loud inside, I feel like feeling like tonight, and you know how I feel when it goes so right. Dreaming how I can't stop thinking about How we feel love tonight, and you know how I feel when I hold you tight. Scream out loud inside, I feel like we feel love tonight, and you know how I feel when it goes so right. Dreaming how I can't stop thinking about you. I'm dreaming about you. Dreaming how I can't stop thinking about you. When you know I'm 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 thinking about you.
Okay, so we have information. We have information that Johnny Martin
The bass player.
was in both bands and wrote both songs. So now we are going to give you the LA Guns
Version called
Oh, stop that.
Baby Got Fever right here on Tap Detroit. If we can find the song.
Baby got a temperature that's always running hot. Like you're out of high when you're gonna sweat a lot. Bed dress, undress, doctors all the stress there. You gotta suck the poison now. When you feel it in your bones, when it gets unbearable. You're getting dizzy, seeing stars. You're getting better cause you're working hard. I like my pleasure with a little pain. Let me show you my battle scar. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, I know what you need. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, I know what you need. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, take your medicine. Y'all be feeling better than baby broke 100 pushing deep into the red. There ain't no recommended dose, so suck it up and watch it down till you show. Hi, baby, baby, are you feeling okay? Hey, you know, y'all will keep the doctor away. Hey, yeah, I'm a specialist. There ain't no cure for this. It's not a Medicaid. I'm gonna leave you in an old state. I like my pleasure with a little pain. Let me show you my battle scar. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, I know what you need. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, I know what you need. Baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby, take your medicine. Y'all be feeling better than baby broke 100 pushing deep into the red. But when you first start feeling funny in your head, I take you down, what you want, what you need, with me in this bed. Gone is your last inhibition. Don't need no last holy ride. Throw out the manual, do it like an animal. Gone to the night. Yeah, it's hot, so hot, yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah, baby got a fever, baby got a fever, baby take your medicine. Y'all be feeling better than baby broke 100 pushing deep into the red. Hey. Oh. So hot, so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. You be the judge
There's
because apparently it's still in litigation.
I will have to say though, when we heard the Raskins version, the first thing you said was that does sound like LA Guns, and then we listened to LA Guns and like, oh, that is definitely LA Guns there, and then we're like, oh, it's the bass player. This is what happens when the bass player
Yeah.
writes songs. No,
Yeah, you
just
can't.
joking.
Yeah, you can't let bass
You
players.
can never
write
trust a
songs.
bass player.
Yeah.
They never get laid. You know,
Well,
the poor guys are always getting scammed. And when you do get a chance, you write a song that sounds the same for both bands you're in.
yeah. Well, you write a song for one band, and then you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna join this band. Oh, hey, you got any ideas for? Oh, yeah, I wrote this song, dude. Here you go. and then like he's the one that wrote the song. So
So technically speaking, it's his property.
yeah, who is he plagiarizing? Himself?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so I don't even understand how the Raskins have.
And it must not have been a super big hit because I don't remember hearing either one of those
Yeah,
songs.
I've never heard either one till just now.
So it must have been like, oh, it's somewhere in 7 or 8 on the listings on the CD. I don't know, but that's pretty funny. So yeah, they're two happy people. That's what it comes down to, right? They go after Motley Crue, then LA Guns. That's how they make their money. They don't tour. They don't write music. No, that's just all joke and hearsay. It's not slanderous. I'm just joking around. I'm sure they're fine, young, outstanding men that enjoy their craft and, feel that, they may be owed something for stuff that they were promised but never delivered.
But we played the Raskins.
Yes, we did. That's probably more airplay than they've had in the last
and
the last 3 years.
We were talking about Motley Crue. We ended up with the Raskins and LA Guns.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not kidding. I don't even want to know how we got on that loop, but you heard some Raskins, you heard some LA Guns, and it all.
Which I love
because of
LA
Motley Crue.
Guns. LA Guns is another band that we could do because I just love LA Guns.
Yeah, it is.
They're great. Tracy Guns, great guitar player.
Yep.
Phil Lewis, great singer. Like great band. So yeah, I could talk LA Guns, but
for another show.
Yeah, that's for another show because it is 10 o'clock. So
I want to end on a positive note.
What's the positive note?
In This Moment is the name of a band.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a positive note in this moment.
And this lady's quite set of pipes and quite vocalist. So I think it'd be good to end on this because it's something you probably haven't heard. Other people have probably heard it, but I don't know.
Which song?
Oh Lord is a good one. And of course you can throw in their cover version of a song that you might recognize if you wanted to, but this song is a good song called Oh Lord, I believe is the name of it. In This Moment, up and coming female vocalist in a band that's got a couple CDs out now, and I think you'll enjoy it.
So that's how we're ending it.
Sure.
Why not? I got no problem with it.
Something you haven't heard on the Plankman Show before.
Yeah. So here you go. Here's In This Moment and
a cover version of a Phil Collins song.
Yeah, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.